Imagine if AI could predict vascular complications even before they showed symptoms. Imagine if your ultrasound machine could just instantly detect blockages with near accuracy in real time. This is not science fiction anymore, and this is possible with AI. Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Adil Jindal, and I'm here to present on how doctors can use AI into their daily life. So a little about myself. So I started from the US. I did my master's in computer science and machine learning from Georgia Tech, and I decided to come back and start my own company to help individuals and organizations integrate AI into the business. So I'll start off with a quick question. With a show of hands, if you could tell me how many of you have used AI in your daily life? Right, and that's a good number of people, especially when you know ChatGPT and everything that's coming up. But how many of you would have said that you've used AI in your medical practice? And that's significantly less compared to the previous answer. And we need to change this. So I think the first question is, how do people use AI? They need to understand, how does AI actually work? And AI has been used as a buzzword, in my opinion. People use AI, deep learning, machine learning, and so many different words, but they don't understand what it exactly means. And I think the best way to understand this is that AI is a general statement. It's an overarching word that basically means integrating intelligence into any machine. While machine learning or deep learning is a subset of artificial intelligence, which means utilizing past history, images, etc., to learn, much like a student learns from books and the teachers. So the recent trend in ChatGPT and DeepSeek and other AI models is something called LLMs, which is a super subset of AI. It's basically how we learn in school. There's three components: data, architecture, and training. The same way we learn from books, which is equivalent to data. Architecture, which is basically like the way we think. We either write, we either speak to learn. So the learning model is the architecture. And training, that's much like exams and tests. The AI model learns from previous data and sees whether what's right, what's wrong, and adapts itself to the particular information. So I'm pretty sure if I ask anyone in this room, give me two numbers whose sum add up to 3. I'm sure everyone will be able to tell. Let's say it's 1 and 2, they add up to 3. But what if I ask, give me a million numbers that add up to this particular answer? I'm sure very few of us would actually be able to give us a million numbers that magically add up to find a solution. And that's exactly what AI does. AI does around 200 million parameters, variables, and it makes them join together in a way to find the most accurate solution to your answer. But here's the catch. We as humans intuitively understand what 1 plus 2 equal to 3 means. We take one ball, we add two balls, and that makes it 3. But an AI model does not actually understand it. It sees in its training data 1 plus 2 equal to 3 so many times that it predicts the answer to be 3. It's not 100% sure, but that's the most likelihood of an answer to be 3. And this is the main thing that I need to highlight here. Because what will this lead to? This leads to hallucinations. This is a very famous question. ChatGPT, an older model of ChatGPT, was asked, what's the world record for crossing the English Channel entirely on foot? And it gave an answer so magically. But we all know the English Channel is actually a water body. So how is this possible, right? And this is something we need to understand, especially with AI, that it is not always correct. I would like to ask anyone in the room if they know the full form of GPT. We use ChatGPT, but what's the full form? Anyone? Nice. That's exactly correct. And I can bet that now all of us can actually understand what it means. It means generative because it generates information rather than just simply classifying it. It's pre-trained. That means the data set that it comes with is a pre-trained set of books and information and a knowledge support set. That means pre-trained. And transformer, because that's the name of the brain, the architecture of how an AI model actually learns. So that's GPT. Let's play a quick game. True or false? With a show of hands, how many of you think AI understands medicine like a human doctor? And that answer is actually correct. AI does not understand it. It actually predicts patterns from the data. The same way I explained 1 plus 2 equal to 3, it's exactly the same. It's going to see millions of occurrences in its training data and predict the most likelihood. But it won't truly understand it. This is a trick question. Is AI unbiased and objective? How many of you think it's unbiased and objective? And the answer is no. AI is not unbiased. That means it is biased. It's like how we learn. We learn from our books, we learn from our environment, and those biases come into us as well. The same way, AI is as good as the data set it's trained on. So this is something very specific for the medical field as well, because a lot of this literature is based on, let's say, Western education or a particular set of people, and it might not translate well in a developing countries or people with ethnic minorities. So this is something we need to think about. Will AI replace doctors and surgeons?
No.
I won't ask that because I know everyone's going to say no to this. But the answer is yeah. AI won't replace you, but people who use AI will. But let's change that. So how can we use AI in our daily practice? So this is an example of a company that's using artificial intelligence for vascular diagnostics. So they're automating a detection of DVT. So in case of untrained individuals who are not trained with ultrasound, what this company is doing is helping detect potential DVTs during the ultrasound period itself, saving a lot of time. Another use case is AI in pre-interventional treatment planning. So assessing whether a vascular wound is actually healing or requires intervention is also something that AI can do nowadays. You can simply use an app, you can scan the wound, and over time you can see if it's progressing, healing, or do we require some form of intervention or change of treatment. Another AI that's really being used right now is chatbots. And I feel this is a very big thing that's going to come in the future. So imagine a rural setting where a patient is not aware of how to work further their condition. They probably would activate the problem with some local therapies or something. What if you could train an AI model on a particular doctor that could answer questions for you on the first go and even book appointments for you, preventing mistreatment of these diseases. Another use case of AI is for documentation. This is being used decently now for automatic scribing of medical practices, saving you a lot of time. But now I ask the question, is AI only limited to doctors? Why should it be prescribed to your patients as well? And that's where I would like to launch DigiHealthWallet. So that's something me and my company have been working for the last 1 year, where we're trying to create an AI-based smart wallet for not just doctors, but also patients. One major issue that I felt during my last 1 year here was that I wanted AI model to understand my medical records. But there were two major issues with that. First of all, time. For actually digitalizing medical records, people required a lot of time. It required people to go over the documents and put the information there. And the second thing was privacy, because I didn't want people to read my data. So what this does is it automatically scans a picture and near seconds analyzes and actually digitalizes this data, so that an AI model could potentially be trained on this digitalized data. It's not just pictures, but it's actually true digitalization of these records. So that's something I feel could really be useful in the future. Because with applications like this or others, I feel there's going to be a mass adoption of electronic medical records in this country and in the world. And the government of India especially has been working really hard for this. And that's what we are also doing, working with the ABDM to integrate their features into the application. And looking way into the future, what I feel applications like this would entail would be truly personalization of AI health. What that means is that imagine a chatbot, imagine an AI that actually understands who you are, tells you this is the time to get a tetanus injection, or maybe can assist and tell medical histories about yourself to the doctor, paving and bridging a gap between, let's say, people who don't understand the doctor language. So this is the future of AI, and I feel it's really bright. So thank you so much, and I'll be here for more questions.